What a pleasure it is to be here this evening with so many like-minded patriots in northwest Essex on the 5th anniversary of Brexit. I can assure you my recent contributions in Westminster have been in front of far less welcoming crowds. I hope to finally finish a speech without being warned over my tone by a belly-aching socialist. Let's see. Essex is a good place, filled with good people. The Essex man. A fine blend of Roman settlers and the Catavalorni. A personification of common sense and British logic. He believes in strong borders, low tax and rewarding hard work. He's passionate about his country. He intensely dislikes wokery and all the associated tripe. I say the country would be in a much better place with more Essex men in charge. But friends, be in no doubt that our country is in the most precarious position I can remember. And what is the root cause? Uncontrolled mass immigration. Immigration, immigration, immigration. Legal and illegal. If raising legitimate concerns about thousands and thousands of unchecked foreign males illegally entering our country makes me far right, then so be it. If objecting to these men, often from alien cultures that hold no respect for women, being housed in luxury accommodation at taxpayers' expense makes me a racist, then so be it. If believing that immigration should be strictly controlled and designed to solely benefit the British people makes me a bigot, then so be it. I do not care, and nor should you. For too long, our language has been policed and censored. Decent men and women have been forced into silence. I say no more. What has that sinister attitude led to? The mass rape of young working-class white girls by mainly Pakistani men on an industrial scale. That is a rotting stain on our country's history. That is a rotting stain on our country's history. I do not say this lightly, but it makes me ashamed to be British. We failed those girls, and heads must roll. Heads must roll. I want deportations, not just for the rapists, but also the family members who are aware of their heinous crimes. If that results in tens of thousands of deportations, then that is what must happen. I want prosecutions for anyone in any position of authority, who knew about these savages and did nothing, or even worse, concealed their crimes. Not just their dismissal, criminal prosecutions must follow. I want justice for anybody involved in these rape gangs. Should feel the full force of the law. Race and religion must protect no one. Race and religion must protect no one. No one. As a country, how did we let this happen to those poor young girls? Most horrifyingly, it's still happening today. Right now as I speak to you tonight. Never forget that. Many of these monsters have even been released back into the same communities where the children they raped reside. Words appropriate on this stage cannot adequately describe what I think of these beasts. I don't want thoughts and prayers from government. I want action. Deportations of foreign nationals who have come to our country and committed serious crimes against the British people. Deportations of those arriving in our country illegally. Send a message: if you come here without permission, You will not stay under any circumstance. Two words: detain, deport. Deportations of those living in our country illegally. Recent estimates stated that up to 1 in 12 individuals living in our capital city are illegal migrants. I pushed the Home Office for a full review into the impact of illegal migrant crime on British women and girls. They refused. I ask, as I often do, who is this Home Office supposed to be serving? Between the 5th of July last year to the 4th of January this year, there were just 4,390 enforced returns of people with no legal right to remain. It's pathetic. In a recent debate with an immigration lawyer, another profession pork-barreling a living, I was told that a deportation scheme on the scale required would be impossible, as it would take a flight leaving every hour. That sounds like a very good starting point to me. The message has to be clear. If you're in our country illegally, expect deportation. Implement that on the scale required, and the boats will stop overnight. I can promise you that. Just look at what we've done to ourselves. There is only one chance to save this country, and that is by electing a reform government in 2029 or before. We have been shown the way by one Donald John Trump. Certain moments go down in history as a fork in the road, and Elon Musk purchasing Twitter is one such event. Without that, there is no free speech. There is no Trump victory. There is no saviour of the West. And for that, I am grateful. Now we can look to America as a source of hope and inspiration. I'm sure, like me, you've watched on with envy as Trump tears up the established order in the most spectacular fashion. Let's go through several of my favourites. Starting with the best, you'll love this one. He shut down all DEI programs within the federal government with immediate effect. Glorious music to my ears. We should call DEI what it is: anti-white racism. We must eradicate the poisonous diversity industry, scrap every DEI-related job, and judge people on merit and merit alone. I couldn't care if a workforce is diverse or inclusive. I only care if it's competent. That is all that matters. Up next, Trump declared there are only two genders. Male and female. Cancelling all programs that promote the dangerous and gender ideology. We must follow. I say keep that venom out of schools and away from impressionable young children. Leave our children alone. What about on government efficiency? Establish the Department of Government Efficiency, otherwise known as DOGE. Slashing waste, freezing new hires, banning work from home for public sector employees, and fighting government censorship. Common sense policies that should be replicated in Britain. And finally, on immigration, I prefer to keep it simple with the two Ds: detain, deport. This is how to properly govern. Watching Trump and the Americans, it has made me even more determined than ever to restore our unique country through a great repeal act when Labour falls at the next election, as surely it will. I don't particularly care if we're liked by the rest of the world. I care if we're respected. I care if we're respected. Because right now, Britain is a joke, and it has been for some time. Take this, for example. £10 million was set aside for local inquiries into the rape gangs by the Labour government. Just £10 million. This year alone, we sent £133 million to Pakistan in foreign aid. My view? Scrap every single penny. Or at the very least, use it as a weapon to force the Pakistani government to accept their deported rapists and criminals. I want the British government to put the British people at the top of the agenda. We should make no apologies for that. Learn from Trump. Let's be unapologetically patriotic. Slash tax across the board. Enforce the border. Deport those with no right to be here. Accept biological reality. Fight back against wokery. Bulldoze nonsensical foreign aid. Eradicate DEI. Deliver sensible infrastructure. Carpet bomb public sector waste. Brutally crack down on crime. And plenty more. I love Britain. I really do. We've got the best people in the world. We need a government that will put us first, protect our interests, and get the hell out of our way. We must all work together to ensure that Britain's relentless decline under numerous inept and pathetic governments comes to an end at the next general election. Then the Great Repeal Act can be followed by overdue national restoration. Let's make Great Britain great again. Thank you.